Hello everyone, ZMiner99 here, and welcome to a new mod pack which has just been released into its open beta stage. And this pack is ZooKeepR. And it was made by the gentleman New, as you can see down in the lower right hand corner. There will be a link to this pack up in the top right of the screen. It'll take you to the CurseForge website. You'll also be able to find that down in the description, along with the link to New's creator profile. But this is a pack which I was actually able to alpha test for New. So I was on the alpha test team. This is beta, so I started off a new world just as a test. We're going to make a new world though, and throughout this series we're going to be going through and just trying to build up a zoo of dinos. So ZooKeepR is the original mod pack that New made, but then this is the Dinos edition. So ZooKeepR is already a finished pack. It's already in regular releases and that. The Dino edition though is in its beta. So this is the new pack, the newer edition of the pack. The old one is still there. This is a 1.12.2 pack for those of you who are interested in that. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and generate up a new world and then see you inside. Here we are inside of the pack now. And you can see we have some starting off items in our inventory. So we have some pearls, which are what are used for trading, because the villager trading system is not the same as it is in vanilla Minecraft. Our little guidebook, which we're going to be basing or running off of. We have a waystone, a warp stone. Let's make ourselves a new data point and say spawn. This is not a data point, this is a waypoint. A data point is different. Oh yeah, also you go through leaves in this pack. Leaves are not solid blocks which you can walk on. And then there is one visual change to this pack that I've made, and that is I have Optifine on this pack. So just to help out with the performance end of things a little bit, especially if I end up streaming this on my Twitch channel. So I'm not sure if I will do that yet, but we might. So we are in a decent spot. I don't think I really want to build a base in the jungle just because there's a lot of stuff that I'd have to clear out. But then over here, I think is where we're going to start. But first, let's look inside of this. So you have your welcome, and that's a little bit small. Let's fix that. Video settings, large, maybe? Okay, that didn't change it. That's fine though. This is the only world you have. Look after it, learn to live in it and with all the creatures that live here with you. There is almost always another way to get what you want. Remember to check your advancements, L and JEI, just enough items. For information on how to get the resources you may want, and we can actually resize it by doing this. Voila! Amazing. And there's a history thing. I didn't notice that before. Anyway, so you can see we have fossils and archaeology, creatures, roots, cooking, entry index, further research, resources, and furniture. So we're going to start out by getting into fossils and archaeology. This is the part that I really do want to focus on the most. So, research dinosaurs inhabit the world and how you look after them. A megatorch will prevent dinos and hostile mobs from spawning in a small distance. There's different useful videos and such, and there's external links kind of scattered throughout the book to help you get there, or to help figure it out, because this is a pretty extensive pack. There's there's a learning curve to it for sure, especially because for someone like me coming into this pack, I always play tech-based packs. It's not really about, the environment, like how you're interacting with animals and stuff. It's about, tools and machines and that. This pack is much more about the animals, the environment, and that. So as far as what you're interacting with. So we need biofossils, which are gotten from, well, there's a few different ways, but I think, actually no, the only way I think of getting them is from the fossils, which means we need to mine. You can see there's a link to the Fossils and Archaeology wiki here. That is an excellent resource. I've looked at that one myself. Creatures, there's a few different ones, a few different tabs under here. Roots, I haven't done anything with roots yet. I don't know if I will. I might. We'll see. Cooking. Fancier foods. Yeah. So this uses cooking for blockheads. Furniture, resources. So we have water strainers and such. The coin pouch. Further research. So this is just extra little things to help take you to places if you have questions and stuff like that. If you have questions about certain mods in the pack. And then this is, of course, just the index of everything that's in the book, which is really handy. Should try reading a college textbook and then finding stuff in it whenever that college textbook, for some reason, doesn't have an index in it. Yeah, that's not fun. But it happens for some reason. Anyways, I think this area is okay. There's not too many trees to clear out. Not a lot of underlying or heavy brush to worry about. We have a goat? Sheep. That looks like a goat. Okay. At least to me, that looks more like a goat. Oh, whatever. Anyhow, we're going to settle down here. Let me, yeah, I'm going to need to go through and check key bindings and stuff. But I'll do that later. I think everything seems to be alright so far. Anyways, I think we'll start out on this little peninsula, the really tiny peninsula that it is. We have our nice lumberman's axe, which is a very good starting tool to have. So, yep. This new beta that I'm playing, so there's been 2 versions of it, I think. I'm on the currently most recent version, but it will probably be updated somewhat regularly. Because the pack is still in fairly active development. So, being that it was just released to beta the other week. So, last week. Was it last week or the week before that? I don't remember. Times are getting all jumbled up for me, but I think it was last week. Pretty sure it was last week that it was released to the open beta stage. So, yep. I will say, though, even as a tech pack player, for the most part, this has still been a really good pack to me. Even though it's a little bit of getting used to not having the all of the tech stuff that I'm used to having. But there is a little bit, and it's enough to keep me flowing a little bit. So as we're going to... Why does this GUI look tiny? It doesn't look like it's the large GUI. Hold on. Maybe if we do auto? That's bigger. Okay, that's weird. Whatever. Auto GUI is bigger than large GUI, apparently, on my computer. So anyways, let's go ahead and use some of this fur. And go ahead and get started on a little bit of a base situation. So we have our waystone, which we will put down over here. Once these are placed, they can't be removed unless you're in creative, I believe. Don't quote me on that one, but I always call it base 1. That's a terminology I'm used to. But yeah, see, there's no like percent broken or anything. Okay, there's no percent broken there. But I don't think that they're, yeah, whatever. Whatever. We'll figure it out eventually, right? So let's go ahead and start mining, because that's how every good Minecraft adventure starts. And how you kind of need to get started into fossils and archaeology anyways is by starting out with a little bit of mining. So we're going to do that. We already have a sleeping bag, so it's not that hard to kind of survive the first few nights, you know. The main challenge in this pack is supposed to be the dinos and not like normal hostile mobs. That's not supposed to be the challenging part of this pack. So it was designed with that in mind. I think we'll also put our other kind of waypoint over here. And now, man, we're just going to be picking up stuff for days as these trees are having their leaves decay for us. Alright. There isn't any like super good obvious spot to start digging, but I think we'll just go down right here in that case. I know I don't have a shovel yet, so I'm not going to make you painfully watch me do this. So we'll be back soon. And what you know, I just stopped recording for like 10 seconds and unearthed some of the fossils right here. So these are fossils, and I need to get those, but I cannot collect anything from them using the wooden pickaxe that I have. So whenever I get a stone pickaxe, which will be very, very shortly, as you can tell, I just got enough stone for it. We should be, I think it's the stone pickaxe is the level you're able to, I don't think so. Nope, I need an iron pick. Okay then. Well, in that case, we just wasted some fossils. So whenever I get to the point where I can mine this, I will be back. How about that? Alright everyone, so we had a mild incident of the derps. I'd mined 2 iron ore. My stone pickaxe was almost out. I should have continued mining iron instead of switching over to mining coal, but I continued to mine coal instead of iron. So I had to make a brand new stone pick just so that I could get enough iron to make an iron pick. Anyways, at this point, we can now see what we get from these. So, looks like we got 2 biofossils. We want to patch up this hole that I just made down there. And let's do the lighting too, because it's probably a good idea, right? Okay. So we have these two fossils now. That's not the right one. So these biofossils have three uses, really. You can use them to make the Dinopedia, which is going to be what we're going to reserve one for. And then also for making the analyzer, which is what we're going to reserve the other one, which we got for. But we also need a relic scrap in order to make the analyzer. And then using the analyzer, we can potentially get bone meal, sand, then different kinds of DNA for a bunch of different kinds of things. The DNA is used to make eggs in the culture vat. It's not a 100% guarantee. I've heard it described like Jurassic Park in the sense where things don't always go right. So yeah, once we get to that stage, we're going to probably want an area which we can isolate a tiny bit. Because that could be an issue. But since we have the biofossil now, we're going to first build ourselves a little bit of a house with some fencing around it, because that will be needed eventually, sooner than later. So we're going to do that. We're going to go with my traditional stone fencing that I normally do. So we'll go with that. I should probably get more in that case, but we can also make ourselves an iron shovel to start digging out some dirt. So we've got one key part of this pack, and that is the fossils required to make the analyze. Well, we don't have the other piece of the analyzer yet, but we do have the fossil for it. So yep. So how new has this set up with fossils and archaeology is that some of the dinos will spawn in naturally into the world over time. We've seen a few in the water, I believe, like that. No, is that a frog? That's from something else, I think, if that's a frog. But there should be some which has spawned in at various places around. Most of them at first are passive. If they don't get fed, then they will become hostile. But they typically will start out as passive if they spawn in the world. Just to make it a little bit easier. And then all of the deadly ones are going to be ones which you're going to have to use the analyzer in order to get the DNA for, and then using the culture vat in order to actually create. So that's how those ones work. And eventually that's where we're trying to get. So yeah, we're trying to get things which can potentially cause us serious bodily harm. In game, of course. Limit it to in game. So yeah, whether that's a wise choice or not, I'm not sure, but that's kind of how we're gonna go. Incense cedar, that's an interesting one. All right, I think we're going to use this for the floor. Let's see how these planks look. They're actually pretty close to the fur. Yeah, so I think we're gonna build up our little base over here, and we'll use, I think, fur as the walls, and then this is the floor, because we can do that for the floor. So that we have we're saving resources, and also we give ourselves an extra half block of space underneath the house for building other stuff. The analyzer setups and all that, if we want to really get crazy with them, we can put those underneath the house. Base, whatever. I've called it base and house already today. So we'll see. Once I get the floor and some walls up, we will, of course, be back. Alright, everyone. We are back. And we're in house now. So, yeah. We have a house. It is large enough that we're going to be able to set some stuff up in it decently well. Next time we're going to have to build our wall around the area a little bit more. I might do some more mining between episodes. We'll see. I probably will do more mining between episodes. But anyways, we'll build a little farm over here probably. And then maybe expand out to a few more areas. I think this is just a normal squid. Okay, it's showing fluids. I don't want it to show fluids, but I'll have to change that one later. Anyways, so that is going to be everything for today. I hope that you all enjoyed. And of course, that I will see you all next time. Don't forget to go, if you want to get this pack, link to it will be down in the description. Also, check out news, creator profile, see about the normal ZooKeepR pack as well, if you're not so much into the dinos. But I hope to see you all again next week. Stay safe.